guys, it's Mask Monday, but I'm going with this one. Do you remember when I got this? Kibella Professional Recharge and Restore. It's supposed to have, hang on a minute, it's got moonstone, purple moonstone glitter gel mask. I think it's a goo that I put on my face, but anyway, I'll get my eye patches on first. That's a different one. This isn't a gold one. This isn't, you know, normally I have gold ones on. This one's supposed to refresh. It's the same company, but it's supposed to refresh. And I thought maybe refresh was the way to go. Ooh, lots of goo in that. There we go. Right, look at that, ladies. Smells quite nice. I don't know if I'd call that purple though. I think I'd call that black, wouldn't you? Or charcoal. Oh, I do look like I've been up the chimneys. So this is supposed to be full of moonstone and things. Let's just get some more goo out, because I'm certainly not keeping it, so I may as well just go for it. Look at the state I'm in. Right, let's just slather it on. Get the nose. Oh, knocked my eye mask off. Oh. So there we go. Not much glitter, not very purple. Oh, my eye patch is sliding again. I'm pretty disgusting to put on, but I have some tissues here, so I'll just dry myself off. So that's that. Now that goes on for, what a mess I've made. If you could see this table down below. That goes on for 10 to 12. So it smells quite nice. It's quite a mild smell. I wouldn't say that it feels, oh, I've got it down my dress. I'm gonna have to change my flipping dress. Clean on this morning. Big black patch. We're in December. We're all prepping ourselves and the houses and all of that. But I don't know about you. There's a part of me that's desperate for Christmas to come and for Christmas to be great, and you know, we need a bit of a treat after everything that's gone on. More to the point, like I say, I sort of want the year to be over. I want us to be into the new year with all the wonderful possibilities that come along. As you know, I've been really tired with everything with my daughter and the kids, and I can't believe I'm talking to you like this. I've obviously been able to get away and do this by strong-arming my son-in-law, and I go from here, from doing this, I'll be going and getting my hair done, yeah, so that my roots aren't too bad over Christmas. But Christmas is going to be funny this year, I think. You know, when I was agoraphobic, I couldn't go to any of these things. Once I got over, not that you ever really get over agoraphobia, but once I got control of it maybe, or got in charge of it, we then did lots of going out. Like an almost, you know, like the pendulum swung from never going out to, hey, out all the time. Only locally, but... And it was so novel after all those years, and there was this feeling of success every time I went out. And I don't know whether I'm past that now, whether actually, you know, my reaction to being able to go out, yeah, whether, I'm not putting this very well, I don't know what I actually like to do, maybe, is what I'm trying to say, because there were all the years when I couldn't do lots of things, and then when I could, there was almost sort of a feeling of obligation that I had to prove that I could. So I don't actually know what I want to do. So it may turn out that this sort of semi-quiet Christmas will be a really good thing for me. It might give me a chance to say, well, I could go out mentally and physically, but I actually don't want to. Or then again, I might think it's so flaming boring at home. That'll be me. I'll be making big plans for next year. So that'll be really interesting, I think. And I feel like the world is doing that. And I'm sat here going, what? So roll on 2021, and maybe it can be the year of love, where this has been the year of pain and heartache and you know, disappointment and you know, all those negative words have been 2020. So maybe 2021 could be just a 4-letter word, and love. Wouldn't that be great? Do you think my teeth look really, really white with this black mask on? I do. I'm still getting used to these. They've postponed me twice for this gap, which is driving me mad. But I believe it's next week now that it should be, because it was Friday. They cancelled Friday. Because I tell you, I don't care how unwell my daughter is. I'd hire somebody to look after her so I could get to the dentist and get that sorted. This mask is not drying at all. This purple gel. I mean, does it look like purple gel to you? I think this has got to be the most disappointing mask I've done. It's nice because it's not sliding off my face, you know, like I do with a sheet mask. But so I'm going to go and wash it off and I will be back. I've never had such a job getting a mask off. It was really oily almost, but not, you know, oily that breaks down. I do feel fresher. So I thought I'd slap a bit of makeup on while I was chatting to you, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of moisturiser on. This is the water-based one that I love, called Squeezy Green. Well, I'm saying I love, you know, why would I use it if I didn't love it? I'd be a bit of a mad person, wouldn't I? So I'll just slap a bit of that on. I'm going to prime using that little baby Illamasqua primer that I got. Do you remember this little pot? Came in one of the many boxes, and I quite like the consistency of it. It's sort of gel-like. And I'm just going to put a bit. I don't use it all over my face, but I'm going to use a bit where my makeup tends to want to slide, so my chin. And I'm going to use my Old Faithful, my Lancome Teint Idol in 02. Usually 1 and a bit pumps does me, and I love a brush. I know most people say, oh, you should use a sponge, but no, I like my brush. So much so that I have about 4 or 5 of these because they weren't expensive. Once I'd found one I liked, I got about 4 or 5 of them so that I can wash them and always have one on hand. But I think it's really quite a good match for my skin. And I like the brush because I find that I use less of it and it ends up looking less cakey, in my opinion. I like sort of buffing it into the skin and seeing it, I was going to say, seeing it disappear. But it's not disappearing, is it? Just seeing it, you know, lighten my skin up a little. Not lighten it, that's the wrong word as well. Freshen it up, freshen my skin up a bit. Those eye masks didn't do much for my bags, did they? I thought I'd go with my Teint Idol because it is the best I've ever used. I mean, here's my holy grail at the moment. Foundation. It does just last really, really well. So there we go. So that's a basic base on. I'm finishing up a Lancome powder, loose powder. I was watching, I can't remember who I was watching, and he used the puff. So I now just use the puff. I just use a tiny bit and I just press and tap all in the areas where my makeup wants to wander. You notice I haven't done my cheeks. I may set things later, but I don't, because they're generally not as oily. It's this, you know, this band here and then down the face is very, very oily. I'm still using and loving my NARS duo set of, I think it's Lagoon and Orgasm, Laguna. Let's have a little look, see if it says. Blush bronzer duo, yeah, Laguna. So much so that, look at the, I have to buy myself a new bronzer. Although I've got some others that I may very well stick with and use. I know most people do their eyes at this point, I don't. Just got a bit of bronzer going on. Bring it up and around the face. Try and get that 3 going. I'm going to edit the heck out of this. So some of what I'm saying may not make sense because I'll jump from thing to thing. But yeah, there's my bit of bronzer. And then I will fluff on some blush. There we go. Not sure that it's equal yet, but it's my starting point. I'll use a soft pinky. You know, I love these ink crayon things. See, I do it backwards, don't I? Doing the lips and the cheeks before the eyes, but otherwise I just can't face myself. So I just use my little mirror. So there we go, that's a start. Now I play with my eye, or play with my eyes. Only ever so gentle, because, you know, I'm not going anywhere special. So I'm using at the moment, this is the Revolution palette. I'm going to go all over with this top colour. I don't know why I'm showing you, as if any of you would copy what I was doing. But, oops. So there we go, that's the base on. Then I'm going to use a tiny touch of this one here. It's quite a strong colour, but it's it's like a corally, somewhere between a coral, a terracotta, you know. And just give myself a little bit of something. Do you see? A little bit of something. Same with this one. See it? I hope you can see it all right. I'm doing this in the hopes. A tiny touch more. I know some people spend sort of 20 minutes or more doing their eye makeup. I'm not one of them. And then I'm going to bring in a little bit of this, this one here, third one along. They don't have names or anything, so I can't really lay a little bit of that more in the middle of the eye. You see that? I mean, it looks quite strong in the palette, but it really isn't very strong on the eye. Honestly, trying to make sure you guys can see it and do it with the mirror. I'm no good at that, so. But anyway, I'll keep going. This may never see the light of day. I may edit all of this off if I think it's too bananas. I'm going to go for this one here to give the middle of the eye and the inner eye a little bit of help. I've got to watch out with these because I wear contact lenses, so the glittery powders can be a real issue for me. They get in my eyes. So there, can you see now? Like I said, I'd rather go quite light and mild, because you can always add more. But with me, if I add too much, it's very hard to get rid of it. So I think that's looking reasonable, but I feel like it needs a bit of a punch. So I'm going to use, whoops a daisy, I'm going to take a bit of this one here, which is really quite orange, and a little bit of the chocolatey brown. Wish me luck, ladies. And I want to use the same brush, so I'm using my brush cleaner. Oh, that side corner of the eye. And then that more sort of terracotta-y colour. And I'm going to need to floop all them together. Okay. So then I take a nice fluffy brush, clean one, and then I just blend in circles to try and get it where I want it. Let's have a look at the even. And then last but not least, I take the lightest colour. It's got a slight sheen to it, and I just go in the inner socket. I don't like it too pronounced. I know some ladies do it really, you know, they do whites, which is, I mean, it looks great at a distance, but I always think it looks a bit overdone for during the day. And then back to my original brush, which is here, with that nice neutrally shade, and just do a quick sweep along the top just to tidy up. There we go. Now I tend not to go under the eye. I always want to, because I am a child of the 80s, so under the eye, you know, in the waterline, the whole, but because I've got quite small eyes and they are very, very hooded, I find that if I go too dark anywhere here, my eyes just get smaller and smaller, so I tend not to. Really. If it is a day when I'm putting in lots of effort, then I will spend ages trying to get my brows nice, but it's not, it's a Monday morning, but I have a lot to do. So I use my Tinky Winky, or whatever it was called, Winky Lux, and I just do the bare minimum in both brows, and then I just give them a brush through. I mean, if anything, it's just really to take any powder or eyeshadow kickback out of my brows, because I'm quite lucky, I've got reasonably dark brows anyway. There we go. And last but not least is some mascara. Now, if I'm going to be going out, then it has to be a tubing mascara. And at the moment, I'm loving this Kevin Aucoin. Otherwise, if I'm not going out and I'm going to be around the house, then I tend to use this one, which is the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme Waterproof. I think this gives me better lashes, but they do transfer. Some people say they don't. They do on me. So here goes with the Kevin Aucoin. So that's the mascara on. And that, at this point, I usually have a little evaluate, and I normally find that I need to put a little bit more blush on. And just a second, just dib with my very tatty looking dibber, but I find it helps. And that's me to face the day. Like I say, I'm not an expert by any stretch, but this is what I do. This is what I've learned from watching other people. You know, so don't do highlighter. Tend not to in the day. I tend not to at night as well, to be fair. But I think it's because where you would naturally put highlighter, which is sort of here, when I smile, it goes right up there. So it looks a bit odd. I think my face shape is wrong for highlighter. Look at my hair. Woo. And then this is today I'm straight. So this is a straightening irons and a bit of dry shampoo to get me through the day. And there I am to face the day and to film some videos for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, yeah, I hope I look okay. I hope, you know, you picked up some things you'd like to have a go of. I can't wait to get my fringe trimmed. It's in my eyes. It's driving me nuts. But that's going to happen today, as well as my roots. So I haven't fussed with my hair this morning. It's straight, it's as is. So I hope that Monday is the day where you get lots done, and at least you are ready to face the week this week. So, okay, take care. Bye.